I mean, what are you nervous about? I mean, Tim called this meeting to straighten everything out with Perks, and I'm actually glad he did it.
I don't know. I'm afraid he's going to say that I can't work as Phil's assistant and work in the cafe at the same time. I mean, he warned me when I got back from vacation. I'm not allowed to goof off.
Well, I don't think you've been goofing off, and I don't think this is what this is about. What he needs to do is lay down law about Phil. He's been acting crazy, and he's been getting in the way of my dreams and my show.
Okay, hey, I have dreams too. I like being the assistant to the producer.
Phil?
I know, but I'm good at it. I think I do a better job than Gigi did, and besides, it might get my mom off my back.
What's the matter? You having problems with you and your mom?
Well, not problems, I guess. She's just been wanting me to decide what to do with my life, and I'm not in a hurry. I kind of like how things are.
Well, I like how things are much better when Phil's out the way. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he's going anywhere.
Oh, come on, you can't say things like that, man. I was having a good day.
So what are you going to do for us?
We're going to play a song called Show Me Who You Are.
Cool. So what's that about?
Show Me Who You Are is about, it was written really quick when we were at a time where we were all talking to each other and we're like, man, we don't really know what we're going to do with our gifts and our music thing. We knew we wanted to do that. And we really found our place by finding out, where God wanted us to be. And we're kind of like, instead of showing us who we are as a band, show us who you are. And the doors just kind of opened up. So we wrote about it.
God thing, man.
Yeah, man.
It's the feedback portion of the program where we get to hear from you. And heard from Mike. Mike isn't real happy with us, or not real happy with part of the show. He says, listen, what happened to the His Place song? You think that if they brought Cheers back, they would mess with the opening song? Reshoot the video if you want, but the His Place song should have remained the same. Well, listen, Mike, we liked the song too. It's a great song, but it was a very 1990s song. And we had to shift because we're going after an audience that is used to a different sound. And so Carolyn Aarons did a great job for us with our new song and our new open. But if you want to hear the song, look for it on hisplace.tv, where you left your feedback and where others can leave their feedback, because we'll be posting it there for all you nostalgia buffs. Mike, thanks for the comment.
Just small coffee, please.
Wait, small coffee? You always get the caramel mocha lead and I get the mocha light on the muffin. And are you cutting back? You have heart problems?
Nothing like that. I am cutting back, though, because there's some things that I want to do.
Oh, you mean like buy a new car or a big vacation?
No, nothing like that. See, I've started 20 for 20. It's this way that I can reach out around the world through my neighborhood and literally around the world. It's Cornerstone Television's new outreach program where 20 for 20 stands for $20 a month for 20 minutes. Basically, for $20 a month, if I skip a few muffins and a few scones every month, then what I can do is support 20 minutes of Cornerstone Television's broadcast day.
Well, no, they broadcast in my neighborhood, around the country, and around the world, right?
Yeah, well, my $20 is bringing the gospel to my neighborhood as well as around the world, but it's doing more than that. I'm feeding and clothing orphans. I'm also seeing families restored. And you know what? The other night, somebody called, and they were at the end of their rope. Somebody prayed for them. Their life was changed. I like to believe that that was my 20 minutes. That's worth skipping a few muffins a month.
I've been looking, but I cannot find the answer. Always running, but I don't know where to go. Every road I travel leads me back to nowhere. I am lost and I am losing all hope that you'll find me. Oh, my soul, rejoice. My heart is young. Can you show me how to love? And my will is strong. Please show me where to run. I've been losing sleep, forgetting that you're with me.
Okay, wait. So I see that you're coming here to Tim's meeting as well, huh?
Well, of course, Danny. I'm an investor.
Yeah, you're an investor. You're definitely an investor. How could I forget that, huh? Especially since you constantly remind me of that. Let me ask you something here. Let's just kind of get this out on the table.
Okay.
I've been a pretty successful guy, right? Just like you. And I think I can handle doing this TV show without you constantly looking over my shoulder, all right?
Danny, look, I'm a successful businessman. I know how things get done.
That's true, you do. You are a successful businessman. You got your own nightclub and, steady stream of customers coming in and out. Pretty packed on the weekends. You can't hardly get in there, right?
Yeah, I tell you.
Yeah, that took a lot of hard work to get there.
Thank you for actually realizing
Sure,
that.
no, I see that. Only question I have, though, something I kind of wondered about, all that hard work and effort that you put into that nightclub, how is it that you can afford to spend all of your time here at this cafe?
Well, investing in something new like this, I have to protect that. Tim and I put all the cash up to make this show happen, and then you up and left. So I'm just here protecting the investment.
Yeah, I get that. That's interesting because, see, with all the trouble that you're having with your, with the IRS, your business, the rumors saying that it's going under. Yeah, exactly. I'm just kind of thinking maybe it's time that you start to kind of reevaluate your priorities. You know what I'm saying?
Danny, as an investor in this, it's my
see, now here's the funny thing that I heard. I heard that you're actually one of many investors that are working on this. So I'm thinking, how much could you really be putting into this when you start thinking about all the money you owe the IRS, all the money you owe your creditors?
Look. The amount is not the point.
No, see, the amount is exactly the point. And that is how you do reality.
I wonder where Nino is. We should have been getting that on tape.
Yeah, they have a very interesting relationship. I wonder if it was even more interesting when they were in grade school. Now it seems like the playing fields have leveled out.
Maybe. It's funny how these two old rivals have finally met again after all these years.
I'll tell you one thing, it won't be funny if Phil gets to take over like he wants to.
I wonder what they were saying to each other.
Well, didn't really look hostile. Maybe that's a good sign.
I hope so.
You and Levi on the djembe back there and Luke on the bass here, you guys are all brothers.
That's right, yeah.
Well, that's cool. I mean, did you start playing like as little kids, beating on boxes and strumming guitar? Well, little kids. What are you, 20? 21, 22?
I'm 21. And
so you're still, in my book, you're still kids. But
yeah.
But when you were young, did you guys start playing together, or how did this happen?
Yeah, it had to start at like age 6, and we were just like beating on instruments but we all had our amps, and Levi had his drums in a separate room. So it was like we didn't often play together. Like rarely we collaborate, and like Luke would move his bass into Levi's room and I'd move my guitar into his room, and like we were all smashed into this little room and we were like blowing the door off the wall. But and it's like shaking, the whole house is like shaking. Yeah, they've always been cool with it. Like there's been times where they're like turn it down, but like barely ever. Like my dad will come home from work and he just likes hearing it. He likes hearing it. He was in a band when he was younger too. But now we have the basement. That's like our spot. Our instruments are always set up in the.
With you guys being so young, your lyrics are very mature. I mean, you guys, there's something that, I mean, is this straight from God stuff, like a straight connection to God? Is this just stuff you're going through or stuff that he's teaching you? Where are you getting it?
You know what? I think that's just coming from the lyrics being so honest. Like, I write the lyrics, and ever since I was like really young, I would write songs about this, that, or the other thing, like this relationship with this girl, or like just being depressed. You know, sometimes kids when they're super young write all these depressing songs. Everyone's like, what the heck? And I was kind of like that. But after the years went by, and most of those songs were just from not what every kid has, not feeling like you have a place in where you're at right now. And it wasn't until we realized like, oh, we can actually do this band thing. And it actually, God is opening the doors for us to do that we felt comfortable playing music, because all our friends were going off to school and be like, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And we'd be like, oh, we're going to be a band. People would be like, you're not going to be a band. That's not going to work out. But anyways, growing in our relationship with the Lord and realizing that he already had it all mapped out, we were able to write about how he came through for us and that he really had it planned all along. So the lyrics are just so honest. It's just like whatever you could write, whatever you really want to say, you know, just say it straight how it is, and that's how we write the songs.
There's so many. There's a lot of books written about your generation, and one of the things that they're saying about what's called millennials is that they're drifting from the church because they're looking for some answers and they aren't necessarily getting it. But what I'm hearing in your music is, like you said, it's honesty. It's my relationship with God. This is where it is. You know, God, I can't make it unless you kind of show up, sort of.
Yeah, I can understand that because there's so many like pressures, you know, and it's not even just the younger kids. It's just like, you know, you yourself have this show, you know, going on, and it's super cool, and like it's like you established something cool. But kids, man, there's so many different influences from so many different places. Like, I picked up a hitchhiker a couple days ago and took him home, and he was like talking to me about, you know, how I was like, why can't you drive? And he's like, oh, I just got a DUI, this, that, and the other thing. And he's like, I have weed in my bag and everything. And like, kids are getting all these different
messages, signals,
different invites from different places. And I would have been the same way, man. Like, so many kids at school forever were like, come to this party, do this, that, and the other thing. And it really comes down to our parents. Our parents were like, well, you can do whatever you want, but this is what God says to do. And if you're going to live under our roof, you're going to do it God's way. And I'm 21 now. Ever since I turned 18, you know, I could have moved out. You know, so I abided by their rules, and it really came along. It was only last year that we've actually had the opportunity for doors to open up that we can play music full time, and this can be what we do. But if our parents wouldn't have, you know,
but you were faithful to it. Yeah, and you were faithful. Yeah. You made that decision. You said, you know, like you said, there's all these other obstacles, there's all these other choices you could have made, but you made the decision to say, you know what, I'm going to trust that this God thing is right, and that's the way I'm going to go down. And that's just it's a very cool thing. Now, on your way to
His place.
Just small coffee, please.
Wait, small coffee? You always get the caramel mocha lead, and I get the mocha lot and a muffin. And are you cutting back? You have heart problems?
Nothing like that. I am cutting back, though, because there's some things that I want to do.
Oh, you mean like buy a new car or a big vacation?
No, nothing like that. See, I've started 20 for 20. It's this way that I can reach out around the world through my neighborhood and literally around the world. It's Cornerstone Television's new outreach program where 20 for 20 stands for $20 a month for 20 minutes. Basically, for $20 a month, if I skip a few muffins and a few scones every month, then what I can do is support 20 minutes of Cornerstone Television's broadcast day.
Well, no, they broadcast in my neighborhood, around the country, and around the world, right?
Yeah, well, my $20 is bringing the gospel to my neighborhood as well as around the world, but it's doing more than that. I'm feeding and clothing orphans. I'm also seeing families restored. And you know what? The other night, somebody called, and they were at the end of their rope. Somebody prayed for them. Their life was changed. I like to believe that that was my 20 minutes. That's worth skipping a few muffins a month.
Do you know that your morning cup of coffee can help clothe, feed, rescue, and care for the poorest of the poor? I know it may seem hard to believe, but it can happen. His Place and Kiva Han Coffee have joined forces to bring a special blend of coffee that will change the world. Hope Coffee is a direct trade coffee, which means that the families of the people who work hard on the coffee farms receive the funds directly from their harvest. In addition, the profits from Hope Coffee go to help rescue children in impoverished countries and bring the message of God's love to people all around the world. For a limited time, for your gift of $37, we'll send you as our thank you a His Place mug and a 12-ounce bag of Hope Coffee. Together, we're changing the world one life at a time through one cup of coffee at a time. Send your gift today. So, I mean, Nashville, that's big stuff. I mean, you're going from the small town band to, I mean, Nashville are kingmakers.
Yeah, it's cool because we only went to Nashville for, you know, music stuff in the past, and it was like the place where we looked at as the place where you get stuff done. You know, the place where all the musicians and all the big shots are making music and making records and everything. Because we've gotten the opportunity to go down there and record now, it's crazy to meet some people that are just living there, you know. And they're like,
Is it scary to you to do this, or is it like, wow, yeah, this is so cool?
I think it's like, it was scary, the thought of it the first couple times, but we've been wanting to do it for so long. It's almost like finally all the nerves. I get more nervous about, you know, just playing at a local show, but there's always nerves for different things, but we're so ready to be down there.
Is this a place, is this a time where, I mean, there's going to be some kind of launch here? Do you see, I mean, is the way you're moving, do you see God opening up doors? Does it seem like everything, your dreams, you talked about before, about how you guys took the risks to say, listen, we could go on to college or get a job like our friends, but music is really what we feel God calling us to. Is this where you're seeing God begin to unfold all these dreams you've had all these years?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously been a lot of different dreams and expectations that you hope could come through, but our goal was never really to do anything other than be able to live and eat food and survive just playing music. We just knew all we want to do is play music, and you know, that's what we can do now. So the dream and the main goal has already been established, and it feels really good, but there's other doors opening up for sure.
You write all your own music? I mean, the stuff you perform is all yours.
Yeah.
Right? Is there some new stuff coming down?
There's definitely some new stuff. We have some new songs that we've been putting out by a producer called Ian Eskelin that we've been working with, and he's a genius. If you ever heard anything from Sidewalk Prophets, Francesca Battistelli, and you know, the names are countless, but he's like producer of the year and everything, and he's just a brilliant guy. We've been able to go in the studio with him and put together some songs. That an album is on the way, but our fans keep asking, when's the album, and it's not going to be extremely soon, but we got to make sure we do it right, you know.
Well, will you guys have to move to Nashville?
We're going to move to Nashville. It might be sooner than later, but we're hoping in the next 2 weeks, you know, we'll be moving down there. But
well, you guys have a great sound, and if I can encourage you in anything, I've had a lot of bands come through his place in the diner and then his place now in the cafe, and you guys have got a great sound, and I just want to encourage you to dream big. You know, the scripture says that, you know, he desires to bless his people and bless them wherever they go, and bless them so that he can receive glory. When we do, you know, let your good works be seen before men so that God can receive the glory. And what you guys are doing with your voice, with your sound, with the way that you guys are working together, with the unity that I see in your band, I mean, you guys have got to dream big. You know, take God out of the box and just say, you know what, God, we're gonna dream big, because I think there's big things coming down the pike for you guys.
Tim,
is it time for the meeting? Excuse me.
Yeah, nice talking to you.
You guys, if you wouldn't mind getting set up for a set.
We'll do.
Oh, well, I'm glad everybody can make it here for the meeting.
Even me?
Of course, of course.
You know, as an investor, Tim, I wouldn't miss it.
Well, that's great, Phil.
That's great. Wait, how's that great? Wait, he doesn't even know what he's doing, and he's caused more trouble with the customers than I ever have, and he's taking over.
Yeah, you know, I got to agree with Marcus here. Phil has taken over the whole thing, and I hope that's what you're going to address here today.
Well, sure. I mean, as an...
I'm an investor.
Yeah, you know what? You don't have to be an investor, Phil. Listen, Tim, I would be willing to give my blood if that's what it would take to fund this show and not have him as an investor.
Listen, you don't have to give your blood. Just sit down for a second. What I was going to say was, yes, he's an investor, but he's my friend, and he is a loyal customer, and he's a business partner.
Yeah, and as somebody who knows about business, you don't just bail when you have something to do.
I didn't bail out on anyone, and you know that. I was trying to raise the funds that we needed to do the show.
Listen, I realize that, guys, but you two have got to stop interrupting, okay?
He started it.
See? You know what? He did start it.
Yeah,
That's why we're even considering doing a TV show, because he started it.
Wait. I mean, I agree, but except for the fact that I'm the reason that this started. I mean, anybody, you know, I used to do the YouTube show. Why does everybody keep forgetting that? I don't understand.
Marcus, no one's forgotten, okay? But listen, if we don't all cooperate, this show's not going to happen. Marcus, you have to realize, first off, that other people are going to be in your show. And Dirk, I mean, you've got to understand that you're not always going to see eye to eye with your investors. And Phil, listen, when I agreed to allow you to be an investor, you said no funny business. And you can be replaced, remember?
Aw, Tim.
No buts. Listen, you know what? This is Dirk. He is here to do the show and to make money. I mean, after all, that is what you do. I mean, you make money, right?
Hey, the bottom line is the bottom line in show business and reality TV, sure.
So, Phil, let's let Dirk make us money, okay? And Marcus, you wanted to be on television, and so you're going to be on television, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about me?
You know, she actually is a pretty good assistant.
Well, I'm okay with it if Dirk's okay with it. As long as you don't let his place and the TV thing interfere.
Okay, I won't. I'll make sure the two things are totally separate. Can I take a break now?
I guess so. I want to get the band to play here.
Oh, I'm on break, Marcus. Looks like you got to introduce the band.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome About a Mile.
Suffering I do drink, of its work I do sing. On it my Savior, both bruised and crushed, showed that God is love and God is just. The cross you beckon me, draw me gently to my knees, and I am lost for words, so lost in love, and I'm sweetly broken, only surrender. Priceless gift, undeserved love have I been given through Christ crucified. Brought me out of death, brought me into life. Well, I was under your wrath. Now at the cross I'm reconciled. At the cross you beckon me, draw me gently to my knees, and I am lost for words, so lost in love, and I'm sweetly broken, wholly surrendered. And on the cross I must confess, how wondrous your redeeming love, how great is your faithfulness. At the cross you beckon me, draw me gently to my knees, and I am lost for words, so lost in love, and I'm sweetly broken, only surrender. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I am
Okay, I am so glad that you joined us for the program. And I know that you could watch shows on other channels any other time, but I'm so glad that you joined us. If you want to find out more about a Mile, go to our website and you can find out all that information, and we'll send you over to their website as well. On the next program, Brian Davis is going to be here, so you want to tune in for that. Also, Walter worries about Lottie. I wonder what he's worrying about her for. And Dirk tries to get Perks back on track. Will he do it? Go to hisplace.tv.